Inventors who met tragic ends with their own creations. Throughout history, invention has always been seen as a noble pursuit, transforming the world, pushing boundaries, and solving problems. But what happens when an inventor's genius leads to their own demise? What if their creations turn against them? Today, we're going to explore some of the most tragic and ironic stories of inventors who lost their lives because of their own creations. From flying cars to deadly submarines, these stories are a reminder that even the most brilliant minds can be undone by the very things they set out to improve. Their dreams turned into nightmares. So let's jump right in and uncover these fascinating tales. Before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to Unique History channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Our first tragic story takes us to 1979. Meet Henry Smolinski, an engineer who had a dream of creating the ultimate solution to traffic jams, a flying car. He called it the Ave Mizar. It was a Ford Pinto with wings and a plane engine strapped on. Smolinski, who worked for a small aviation company, believed he could revolutionize transportation. But on August 26, 1973, Smolinski's dream turned into a nightmare. During a test flight, just minutes after takeoff, the wings detached from the car, causing the entire craft to plummet to the ground. Smolinski and his pilot, Harold Blake, were both killed on impact. It was a heartbreaking reminder that even the best ideas can have fatal flaws. Smolinski's vision for flying cars would never see fruition, but his death sparked the ongoing conversation about the dangers of experimental aviation. His legacy lives on as a cautionary tale in the annals of aviation history. Next, we travel back in time to 1912. Franz Reichelt, an Austrian tailor, had a rather ambitious invention. He created a wearable parachute suit, a jacket that he believed would save people from deadly falls. Rather than testing it from a safe height, Reichelt decided to leap from the Eiffel Tower in Paris, in front of a crowd of onlookers and photographers. The parachute failed to deploy properly, and Reichelt fell to his death. Reichelt's death was captured on film, forever memorializing his ill-fated jump. His invention never took off, but it remains a cautionary tale of ambition gone wrong. The tragic event was widely reported, and it serves as a stark reminder of the risks inventors take. While the previous examples were about inventions that were tragically flawed in design, this next story is about an inventor whose work unknowingly contributed to his own demise and global harm. Thomas Midgley Jr. was an engineer who invented both leaded gasoline and Freon, the refrigerant that would become widespread in air conditioners and refrigerators. Leaded gasoline, which Midgley developed in the 1920s, was meant to improve engine performance by preventing knocking. Unfortunately, it also poisoned the air, leading to widespread health issues. But the real tragedy came later. In 1940, Midgley contracted polio, which left him paralyzed. Struggling with his disability, he invented a complex system of ropes and pulleys to help himself get in and out of bed. One day, the system malfunctioned, and Midgley got tangled in the ropes, accidentally strangling himself. Midgley's death was bizarre, but his legacy is even more tragic. He unknowingly contributed to environmental disasters, such as lead pollution and ozone depletion, that would take decades to undo. Midgley's story is a stark reminder of how innovation can have unintended consequences. His inventions, though groundbreaking, left a legacy of environmental damage that we are still grappling with today. In 1867, William Bullock revolutionized the printing industry by inventing an automatic printing press that could print and cut paper in one continuous motion. While making adjustments to one of his machines, Bullock's foot got caught in the gears. He was severely injured and had to have his leg amputated. Sadly, he died from gangrene just a few days later. Bullock's invention would go on to streamline the printing process, but the cost of innovation was steep. His death serves as a grim reminder of the risks involved in working with heavy machinery. Despite the tragedy, his legacy lives on in the printing industry. Now let's dive into history. During the American Civil War, Horace Lawson Hunley designed one of the first combat submarines. The Hunley was a hand-powered sub that was intended to attack Union warships. But tragedy struck when the Hunley sank during a test dive in 1863, drowning Hunley and several crew members. The submarine was eventually recovered and used in battle, but Hunley never lived to see it succeed. Hunley's ambition to revolutionize naval warfare ended in tragedy, but his submarine left a lasting legacy in the history of underwater technology. His pioneering spirit paved the way for future innovations in submarine design. These stories are more than just tragic accidents. They highlight the dangers of pushing the boundaries of invention. Every new technology carries risks, and sometimes those risks can be deadly. But even in death, these inventors have left their mark on the world. Their creations, while fatal for them, continue to shape our lives in ways they could never have imagined. Whether it was a flying car, a parachute suit, or a submarine, their lives remind us that innovation is a double-edged sword, one that requires not just genius, but caution and responsibility. Thanks for joining me today. If you found these stories fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe to Unique History channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. And let me know in the comments, what invention would you create if you could change the world? Would you play it safe or go for something bold? Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and always think twice before testing your inventions. Remember, the future is built on the dreams and risks of today.